Okay. So okay, there are a couple of people. So just continue the classes, okay, from here. So those, if you have missed few classes before, like 2-3 classes, you will get the recordings, okay? Don't worry, just continue the classes. So we discussed about the service models, correct? So what are the 3 different types of service models we know? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Good. Very Sharif. Okay, he's here. So do you remember yesterday we discussed about Sharif has some application. He wanted to put that application somewhere and he wanted to access the URL, correct? So first guy, infrastructure as a service, this guy came and he started telling. So tell me, Sharif is responsible. Basically, customer is responsible for what in infrastructure as a service? Application, data, and operating system. Very good. Application, data, and operating system. In infrastructure as a service, who is the example as a provider that we learned? AWS. Very good. So data center, that meaning virtualization, network, data center, everything in the backend, who is responsible for that? AWS. Are we responsible for anything in the backend? No. So how, using what we are going and then dealing with the AWS infrastructure? Using console. Fantastic. Using console. And do you have full control on the servers that you create? Yes, you have full control on the servers that you create in AWS. So what are virtual machines called in AWS? Instances. Fantastic. In which service that you go and create these virtual machines? EC2. What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Super. If someone asks you what is EC2, what do you say? Can you say like EC2 is a service from AWS where you can go and launch EC2 instances. Instead of calling virtual machines, can we call it as EC2 instances? Fantastic. And also remember that don't call it as create EC2 instances. It is not good to call it as create EC2 instances. Call it as launch EC2 instances. Instead of create, replace with launch. Okay, because in the console, when we go to the lab, there we always see launch. There is nothing called create there. Okay, it's always used to use the word called launch. Good. So in infrastructure as service, you need to go and set up everything by yourself. Infrastructure is provided by the provider. True or false? Correct. So in platform as service, customers is responsible for what? Application and then data. Is customer responsible for the operating system? Our customers are responsible for the servers? Do we need to worry about the servers? Do we have any control on the servers? No. Okay. You just need to give the application and everything will be done by the provider. Fantastic. And then software as a service. Is customer responsible for anything in software as a service? No. Everything is completely responsible by provider. Responsible by the provider. Good. Which is the service in AWS act as a platform as a service? Elastic Beanstalk. What is that? Elastic Beanstalk. Excellent. The wordings you should remember. Elastic Beanstalk. Or you can call it as Beanstalk. Okay, but don't call it as EBS. Elastic Beanstalk. Fantastic. Okay, another question. We know that AWS is the cloud provider. AWS is a what cloud provider? Public, private, or hybrid? So Do you remember we learned this definition? AWS is a cloud provider which provide infrastructure as service. Now we should say that AWS is a public cloud provider who provides infrastructure as a service. That's the definition. Got it, Chitty? Super, as usual, genius. Good, answered everything. Fantastic. So what we're going to do today is the 3T'S. Chitty, T's meaning, please don't see like it is starting the letter with T. Okay, I said, what are those 3T'S? Elasticity, scalability, and high availability. Very good. Elasticity, scalability, high availability. So let us talk about these three in deep today. Okay, fantastic. So let me share my screen. Thank you, Vishal. Guys, can you please confirm, can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay, Chitty. Okay, so L. So I said we need to learn how to ask. Meghana. So as I said before, you no need to learn any other coding languages, right? So this doesn't require any prerequisites. You just continue the classes and no Java, Bava, Python, nothing is required. Just continue the classes. No prerequisites. Elasticity. Correct, no? Elasticity. Okay, so good. Okay, elasticity, Chitty. So we have learned we know now in AWS, we know now two services names. What are those two services names? Elastic Compute Cloud and Elastic Beanstalk. We know these two. For these two things, in the first we have Elastic. Like this in AWS, there are so many services and most of the services will start with Elastic. So we should have that question. No, sir, what is Elastic? For that reason, I started telling you what is elasticity meaning. Elasticity, everything is same. So, Chitty, whenever we heard about elastic, whenever we heard this word called elastic, what is the first thing that you get in your mind? Rubber band. Yes or no? Rubber band only, no? So, when you take the rubber band, what do you feel to do? You stretch it. Natural, no? You take a rubber band. When you see rubber band, will you just leave it like that? No, no. We always take that rubber band and then we'll stretch it. So normal people will stretch it and leave it, they will. But a few psycho people, what they do? They keep on stretching it and that too, they will leave it on some other's hand. Right? Correct or no? So, yeah. I was also one psycho people. I used to also do that. But the thing is, yeah, elasticity meaning, guys, flexible. So whenever there is a demand, whenever you feel like to stretch it, you stretch it. And whenever you don't feel like enough, then you leave it. That is called elasticity in normal words, correct? So tell me, this elasticity, this rubber band, will you keep on stretching? This is short term or long term? Short term only, no? It is short term only. So we cannot keep on stretching it. Whenever you feel like stretching it, you stretch it. And whenever you don't feel like, you just leave it, right? So this is in normal scenario. How is this elasticity work in our infrastructure level? We'll see. So whenever I draw this diagram like this, what is this, Chitty? Remember, whenever I draw like this, it is load balancer only. Okay. This is LB, load balancer. And if I draw the diagrams like this, what are these? Huh? What are these? Virtual machines. Do we say virtual machines anymore? What is that? What instances? EC2 instances. Can I call it as EC2? Yes, these servers are EC2 only. Okay. So, guys, now I put some applications inside this EC2. I'll put some application now. I'll put the application here. So should I put the same application or a different application in all these things? Same or different? Huh? Same or different? Okay, I'll give. Some people are saying different and some people are saying same. I'll tell you the reason. So you have given the load balancer name called boom.com name. You have given the load balancer name called boom.com. Whenever you hit why boom.com? Let's take facebook.com. Huh? Facebook.com. Whenever you hit facebook.com, you should have you should receive facebook.com page, correct? Yes or no? So your application is sitting where? Inside here only, in the virtual machines only. Yes. Tell me, in the first machine, you need to have Facebook page or not? Application. Yes. In the second one, you will have Google page. In the third one, you will have a LinkedIn page. So you want to keep the same same or different? Now you understood. So if we have a load balancer, and if the load balance, what is load balancer first of all? Which distribute the traffic to multiple servers, correct? So if we're distributing the traffic to multiple servers, that meaning all these machines should have the same application or different? Same. Now clearer? It should be same. Okay, now I have the application, which is, let's say, this is every machine have 4 GB RAM. This machine also 4 GB RAM and this machine also 4 GB RAM. Example. Okay. Chitty now. So tell me, everyone started accessing my facebook.com or boom.com, whichever application it is. Everyone started accessing it. Or especially tell me in Black Friday occasion sale, right? What is that? Sankranti sale, Ramzan's, Christmas. You have occasion, no? In Amazon.com, Facebook.com, you Amazon.com or Flipkart.com, you have so many traffic will come on that day, correct? Let's say Black Friday. You're using Flipkart or Amazon.com on Black Friday. Assume there are only 3 machines that is working in the backend, serving. On Friday, these 3 machines will sufficient? Yes or no? These 3 machines will not be sufficient, no, GT? It will not be sufficient because especially on Friday, you will get so much of traffic. On rest of the day, okay, now on Friday, you got so much of traffic. These 3 machines are not sufficient. What do you want to do in that case? What do you want to do, GT? Increase the instances. Increase the instances. Okay, now you guys are telling adding the instances, adding the machines, increasing the machines. Are you guys telling me to increase the 4 GB to 8 GB RAM? Is that good to do, to increase that capacity in the runtime? Not possible, no? You're getting it point. In the runtime, it is not possible. What do you have to do in this case? You want to increase the number of servers. You're increasing the number of servers. So what we do is, we are going and increasing the number of servers, especially on that day. And you have application there. Application and application. Chitty, getting it? And that machine will also have the same capacity. Correct, Chitty? Is it good to give the same capacity or different capacity? Same 2 GB RAM. So now Friday is done. Friday is done. On Saturday, on Saturday, do you need these many machines? On Saturday, do you need these many machines? No. What we do? We will remove it off. We will remove it off. City, we will remove it off. We will remove this and this based on the load. So now can I say that we are increasing and decreasing the number of instances based on the load. That is called elasticity. You are increasing and decreasing the number of instances based on the load is called elasticity. I'll write it here. So increasing and decreasing the number of servers based on the workload or based on the load. So guys, in this case here, we are increasing the number of servers. We are not increasing the capacity of the server. Are we increasing the capacity of the server from 4 GB to 8 GB? No. Why don't we do that? In the runtime, can you stop that and increase the memory? No. In the runtime, you cannot do it. In that case, what we will multiply the number of servers. That is called elasticity. So this elasticity is short term or long term? Agree. Very good. Elasticity is short term. Okay. You understood what is elasticity? Simple, no? Okay. Correct, Prashant. Exactly. So, and how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? I generally told that what is elasticity? Increasing and decreasing the number of servers in the based on the workload is called elasticity. But how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? Basically in EC2 service. So guys, I'll tell you, see, elasticity can be achieved in AWS with using auto scaling. Write down. Everyone say this. Auto scaling. Say this, guys. Auto scaling. What is that? Auto scaling. Okay. Important word, guys. This is interview question. Elasticity can be achieved using. Elasticity can be achieved in AWS using auto scaling. Auto scaling. Auto scale. The word is very, 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 very important. So now question is, what is auto scaling? Right? What is auto scaling? Guys, auto scaling meaning scale out and scale in. Right on? What is that? Tell me, guys. Scale out and scale in. Auto scaling is nothing but scale out and scale in. See. Auto scaling meaning scale out. Scale out meaning what? Increasing the number of servers is called scale out. Scale in meaning what? Decreasing the number of servers. So scale out, scale in. So if you are increasing the number of servers, that is called scale out. And if you are decreasing the number of servers, it's called scaling. You understood? That is called auto scaling. What is auto scaling? So if someone asks you what is auto scaling, guys, it is scale out and scale in. So scale out meaning here is increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Scaling meaning decreasing, or here also call it as adding. Here we call it as removing. Getting it today? Getting it? Auto scaling. We have deeper, guys. I'm telling you again and again, this is just a teasers. We still have trailer and movie, right? We still have so many things. It's just a, yeah. Okay, sir. So here, based on Ansari's request, increasing, I put the mark. Okay, decreasing. Okay, okay. Understood what is auto scaling? What is auto scaling? Scale out and scale in. So don't even call it a scale in and scale out. Not good. So first you should use the word called scale out and then scale in. What is scale out meaning? Increasing. Scale in meaning decreasing. Super. And sometimes, guys, remember this elasticity is also called as horizontal scaling. We have another word for this. What is that? Horizontal scaling. Elasticity is also called it as horizontal scaling. Elasticity is also called it as horizontal scaling. Chitty, everyone clear on elasticity? What is elasticity? How do you achieve elasticity in AWS? So elasticity meaning simple, increasing and decreasing the number of servers based on the workload. And how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? Using auto scaling. What is auto scaling? Scale out and then scaling. Scale out meaning increasing, scale in meaning decreasing. Chitty, is this clear till here, everyone? CC? Smooth as butter? Non-IT, NCC? You're able to follow? Super. Okay, nice. Now we know what is elasticity. Let us now talk about any example for remembering scale out and scaling, sir. You put namaste, Akshay. Put namaste and then take two hands far away. That is called scale out. And then get your hands together, join your hands together. That is called scaling, correct? Scale out and then scaling. So next time you put auto scaling, right? Auto scaling. So instead of namaste, put auto scaling. Okay, good. So now let's talk about okay, now let's talk about scalability. What is that? Scalability. Scalability. What is this scalability? I'll put it in very simple format. See, let me take a real-time example. If you take any server, okay, let me take a DB server, application server, database server, any server. Okay. For example, I'll take this is as a DB server. DB server meaning what? Database server. Okay, this is a DB server and it has hundreds. Yes, sir. Please. So it has hundreds of DBs are there. And then it has 5 terabytes of storage. It is there. And it is having 16 GB RAM. It is having 16 GB RAM. Okay. This is the capacity of the server. Okay, Chitti. The server, this is the database server, and it has hundreds of databases inside it and 5 terabyte, and it is having 16 GB of RAM. Now, generally, when for database, what kind of issues that you get? Many people will say that your database is slow. These developers and all the time they'll start cribbing like, you know, your database is slow, performance is slow. Guys, in this case, in this example, how do you increase the performance? People says that it's very slow. In our elasticity example before, I have only 4 servers. I told that, Babu, that so many traffic got in, and then how to increase the performance? You said that increasing the number of servers. Now here in this case, the database is very slow. What you do? Ma? What do you do in this case? Do you create another server for this? You are increasing the capacity of the server, correct? You are increasing the capacity of the server. So can I increase now this 16 GB to 30 GB RAM? Yes or no? 32 GB RAM. You are increasing the capacity of the server here, correct? You are increasing the capacity of the server. If you are increasing the capacity of the server, that is called scalability. That is called scalability. You got the difference between these two things. So there is question Akhil is asking. So why not multiple servers? That's a bloody database server, which has having hundreds of databases and 5 terabyte. Can you create one more server with hundreds of databases and 5 terabyte? Can you keep on increasing like this? A big bloody big server? No, you cannot do it. For that case, in that case, you have to increase the capacity of the server. Adil, I'm just giving an example again. So if you have a yes, we shall see. If you have a database server and it has only 16 GB RAM, and people complain to you saying that it is very slow, what you do? Will you increase the number of servers or will you increase the capacity of the server? You are increasing the capacity of the server from 16 GB to 32 GB RAM because that's a big server. So you cannot multiply that servers. You cannot create new servers for the databases. Yes, in that case, no, this doesn't have load balancer. This doesn't have load balancer, and this is an example that I'm taking it. In real time, can you increase the capacity of the server while server is running? You have to take downtime. You have to take downtime. That we have coming, so many topics are there. But I'm just introducing a topic called scalability. You understood what is scalability? So I'll write down here, increasing the capacity of the server. Increasing the capacity of the server. Increasing the capacity of the server is called scalability. Scalability. Okay. So if someone asks you what is scalability, I would say scale up and scale down. What is it? Scale up and scale down. Yes, you can do that, Apurva. There are multiple ways, but scalability. So scalability, this cannot be implemented in each and everything. Based on the requirement, you need to implement. In our previous elasticity, in our previous case, you have a load balancer and you have application servers. And if you want to increase the performance, can you implement scalability there? No, there we cannot do. There you need to implement what? Auto scaling. Now we have standalone servers. What is the meaning of standalone servers? Standalone servers, only one server, which is handling by only one server. In that cases, will you increase the number of servers? No, you just increase the capacity of the server. That is called scalability. Where to apply this auto scaling? Where to apply this scalability? You should know. Mostly on standalone machines, we'll do the scalability. And this scalability is short-term or long-term? Excellent. Scalability is long-term. And there's another name for scalability. Scalability is also called as vertical scaling. What is this called? Vertical scaling. Is this clear, Chitty? Everyone understood elasticity and scalability? Aishwarya, simple. Okay, let me do one thing. In your college days, someone, I don't know whether, okay. There someone told something to your friend, but don't implement. This is just an example, okay? And you got to know that, अरे मचा, अपने friend को कोई धक्का दिया, right? मारा. Will you go alone? What will you do? You'll go with the gang, group, right? You'll go with group. There you are increasing the number of servers, increasing the number of people, right? So when you're going to meet your personal friend, will you go with everyone or will you go alone? Huh? You go and do gym and everything and you'll go alone, right? That's called scalability, right? So if you want to increase the more performance in the runtime, then go for auto scaling. So for standalone servers, then you go for scalability. For example, standalone machines. So I don't write here standalone machines because it's purely subjective, but that's fine. You can do it for one server also. You can do it for multiple servers also. Okay, good. Okay, now we got to know about what is elasticity, and now we got to know about what is scalability. What is the next T? High availability. High availability. High availability. Chitty, high availability. So everywhere I'm to see. Okay. What do you mean by high availability? Just in your thoughts. What is high availability? What do you think? 24/7, always available. No outage. And no downtime. Very good. Okay, now, correct. Guys, I'll take an example of Google. Google page is highly available for you or not? The Google page was down anytime. So Google is a provider for us. He's a service provider for us. So can I say the period of time the service is available for us is called high availability? Simple. The period of time if the service is not available for us is called, if the service is not available, if Google is down, what is that called for us? Downtime. What is that called? Downtime. Here there are two things today. One is high availability and another one is downtime. Right? So here, anything you say, okay, let's say IRCTC, not nowadays, a few years back, let's say 4, 5, 6 years back. So Tatkal tickets, is that highly available for you? No, it's not. Google, yes. Facebook, yes. Instagram? No, huh? Yes or no? Sometimes. I understand you guys are good in reels. Huh? Nice. Okay, so now you understood, right? What is high availability? What is downtime? So I'll write it clearly here for you. The period of time, the period of time, the service is available to the customer is called high available, HA. In shortcut, we call it as HA. The period of time the service is available to the customer is called, guys, high availability. Same thing. The period of time the service is not available to the customer is called excellent downtime. Getting it? Getting it today? Okay. Can you tell me now, this high availability is measured in? High availability is measured in? Okay. Now I'll ask here, Sharif. I'll ask. Sharif has a nice bike. I'll ask, Sharif, will you give me the bike tomorrow? He'll say that, sir, 90% I'll give. 90% I'll give. So I'll ask Sairam. He'll say that, sir, 100% I'll give. So where is the high availability for me? In the Sairam. So this high availability is measured in what? Percentage. The high availability is measured in percentage, 90%. So Google page is available 100%. We are using percent, right? And then Instagram 80%, Facebook 99%. So high availability always measured in percentage. So here HA is always measured in percentage. Yeah. SBI's, if you open this bank pages at midnight, 12 o'clock or 11:30, 11:45, 12:15, don't ask me, sir, what you're doing at that time. Maybe I might be reading, right? So at that time, all the banks, because they will be taking the downtime, because these people think that all the customers might be sleeping, right? So that's the time they will be taking the downtime. Okay. Okay. So now, guys, please concentrate. Very, very important. Let's go a little bit deeper on the high availability. So now I'll take Akshay. I'll take Akshay, A-K-S-H-A-Y. Okay. So Akshay, he told me that A-K-S-H-A-Y, Akshay. So Akshay told me that, sir, I have an application. Can you please put it in one server and give me the URL? I have one application. Can you please take that application? Can you put it in one server and give me the URL, please, sir? So what I did was, yes, sure. Why not? What I did was, I went and then set up a server here. SCT. This is one server. And this one, I call it as server 1. This is server 1. And I put an application inside it. And my application name is index.html, for example. Index.html. And for every server, there will be an IP address. 192.168.10.20. For example, I'm just giving a random. So how I am giving this IP address, how I am giving this URL to Akshay? Akshay, I said that, hey, Akshay, the website is ready. Please access your website with like this 192.168.10.20/index.html. Can you tell me, is this a way that I should give the website to Akshay? Is he happy to access the website using IP address? We need posh, no? Facebook.com, Flipkart.com, Amazon.com, SBI.com. How much short that is good for us. So now here it is like such a big one with the URL, with the IP address. Is he interested? Is he interested? No. Anyways, he said that, Akshay said that, you are my RIA, sir. No problem, sir. I'll use it. So he said, very good. Okay. So all of a sudden that URL is not working. All of a sudden that URL is not working. Then Akshay said that, hey, RIA, sir, URL is not working. Can you please check it? So when I saw that the server is completely down. What I did was, I went and set up this time. I went and set up this time. Kitne servers? I set up 2 more servers. Total 3 servers I'll set up. Server 2 and then server 3. This is server 3. Now total how many servers are there, Chitti? 3. So now 192.168.10.21. IP address will be same or different? Different. So now this time I told that, hey, Akshay, see, the first URL is went down, no? And this time you access this 192.168.10.21/index.html. Index.html. And like this, guys. And I told Akshay here, hey, Akshay, now you don't have one URL, you have 3 URLs. If first one is down, go with the second one. If second one is down, go with the third one. Let's just imagine, what is your favorite website? Facebook.com. Huh? Okay. Let's say Facebook.com. If Facebook.com person, company guy, who's that? Mark. This guy, hey, instead of accessing Facebook.com, I'm giving you 3 URLs with IP address. Can you please access with these 3 URLs? Are you interested to access it? No. You need to have a DNS name, domain name. Yes or no? You need to have a domain name. Is anyone interested to accessing? Remembering one URL itself is difficult. I'm giving it 3 URLs to Akshay. Now this time he said that, sir, no, sir, I cannot handle it. I told, Arey, if first one is not working, go with the second one. Second is not working, go with the third one. For accessing only one application, do you need 3 URLs? No. Right? So what I did in this case here is, guys, and now we have implemented what here? Do you understand how the load balancer come into picture now? So is it good that your customer directly accessing your application servers with IP address? No, for that reason, we have the load balancer. So load balancer, we put it and like this, we have the load balancer. Chitty, first question here. You are keeping the same application on the same, you are keeping the same application on multiple servers, same or different? I want answers, same or different. Anyone has question here that he's telling or she's telling different? Is it good to keep different applications there? No. You are keeping the same application on the multiple servers, correct? Can I call that as redundancy? Can I call it as redundancy? What is redundancy? Duplicate, repeating. Redundancy is nothing but duplicate. Chitty, redundancy meaning duplicate. Redundancy meaning duplicate. I'm keeping the same applications on all the servers. That is called redundancy. Everyone understood what is redundancy? Point. Redundancy is nothing but duplicate. Duplicating. I'm duplicating the same application in server 1, in server 2, and server 3. That is why no, if I'm keeping the same application, that same application will come to the customer. Correct? You getting it? So that is duplicate. Got it. Now, Chitty, tell me here. Load balancer. Now, if someone is hitting, okay, now instead of IP address, now I will be giving him as http://akakshay.com. Correct? Is this good now? Yes, because I'll have a DNS name for my load balancer, and for that load balancer, I'll give the name called akshay.com. If someone is hitting akshay.com, it will go to this load balancer, correct? It will go to this load balancer, and the request will go to where? First, which server? First server, second or third? It will go to the first, then second, then third. What is that method called? Round robin method. Very good. What is it called? Round robin method. Round robin method. Okay. So guys, if first server is down, let's say first server is down, can you tell me load balancer will send the request to the first server? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. If it is down, now the question is, how does the load balancer knows the first server is not working? How does the load balancer knows the first server is not working? How? So guys, load balancer will be doing something called monitoring. What is that? Monitoring. So load balancer will do something called health check. Health checks. What is that, Chitty? Health checks. So load balancer will say every 30 seconds, we can give, guys, every 30-second interval, we can change that how much ever. Every 30 seconds, load balancer will say that, hello, server 1, index.html, knock, knock, are you there? Are you there? So index.html from server 1 say that, yes, I'm there. So what is the success status code? 200. What is that? 200. Guys, we have something called status code. Right? We have something called status code. I'll talk in coming classes. So, okay, now let me give roughly example. 404. What is that? Kaisa malum? How do you know? 404 error. page not found. How do you know that? Because we always get that pages. 404, 404 meaning page not found. Like this 404 is nothing but status code. So from your browser, you are typing, let's say, instead of google.com, google.com. From your browser, you're typing google.com. Now tell me, google.com is there? Not there. If it is not there, what is the status code that will send? It will not shout on you, na? It is not google.com, it is google.com. It is not shout. That's why it is sending the code saying that 404. That meaning you should understand page is not there. And sometimes you will get 500 internal server error. Sometimes you get 503 service unavailable. You might be going here and there, no websites, so many websites. So in that case, you will get these kind of things. I'll talk about this later. But here, if page found, you type google.com/images, page has found. That meaning what is the success status code that you get? Chitty, what is that? 200. What is that? 200. That is certification question, right? What is that you get? 200. 200 is the HTTP success status code. Okay, now question here is for you, Chitty. Question here is for you. Load balancer is doing monitoring for the server or for the application? Everyone are saying server. Load balancer is doing the monitoring for the server or for the application? Again, mixed feelings, huh? Okay, Chitty, I'll give you an example. Sometimes your server will be up, your application will be down inside. If you're monitoring the server, what if your application is down inside? Load balancer will get confused. So it is better to monitor application or server? Understood now? You understood? Instead of monitoring, you have a server, dabba. Inside that server, you have application. So it is better to monitor the dabba or that application? Application. Because if you are monitoring the server sometimes will be up. Everything is good. But inside your application will be down sometimes. For that reason, you will be monitoring application, not the server. This is again certification question. So I'll write here. So by the way, who is doing the monitoring here? Load balancer is doing the monitoring. Load balancer is doing the monitoring. So I'll write it here. Load balancer is doing the monitoring. There is a question. What if application is fine and server is down? Is that possible? Is that possible? There is a question. What if application is running fine and server is down? Not possible, Chitty. Not possible. Because if server is up, yes. If server is down, whole stuff is down. Okay. Load balance is doing a monitoring for the application, not server. Good. So do you all understood what is monitoring now? Chitty, understood? Chitty, understood? So this load balancer is doing the monitoring. Hey, index.html, are you alive or dead? Are you there or not? Are you there or not? So it shows if it is healthy, healthy. Otherwise, it is unhealthy. Otherwise, it is unhealthy. Chitty, yes or no? If it is healthy, that is good. If it is unhealthy, will it send a 200 status code? No, it will not send 200 status code. Understood? Apart from 200 status code, if it is sending something, that meaning it is down. It is down. So, okay, let's say if the first machine is down, load balancer will send to that first machine. Now you understood how load balancer will understand if the first server is down or not. Now you understood using monitoring, using health checks. What is that? health checks, using health checks. Reason behind the down, we'll talk later. That is not the topic now. Okay, if the first server is down, load balancer will send the request to second server. If first is down, the request will be taken by the second server. If second is down, the request is taken by the third server. If one is down, another is taking the request. What is that called? I call it as failover. What is that called? Failover. What is failover? If one is down, other guy will pick it up. It's called failover. So guys, I understand you guys feeling. I'll write here redundancy. What is redundancy, guys? Keeping the same application in multiple servers is called redundancy. And next one, monitoring. So what is monitoring? Who is doing the monitoring? Yes, load balancer will check if application is reachable or not. Next, what is the next one? Failover. What is failover, Chitti? Who will do the failover? If one server goes down, other server will takes the request. Understood now, everyone? Requesting the available server, correct. Is this clear till here, everyone? Is it clear till here, everyone? Chitti? So, see here. Redundancy, monitoring, and failover will form high availability. What are the three? What is that? Thumb rule? RMF. What is RMF? Redundancy, monitoring, failover. Write down. Tell me that. Redundancy, monitoring, failover. RMF. So if you want to see any architecture is highly available or not, what is the three things that you should check? Redundancy, monitoring, failover. What is redundancy? If I show you any diagram, first you need to check if there is any redundancy or not. What is redundancy? Keeping multiple servers, keeping the same application on multiple servers. Can you tell me, Chitti, with one server, can you achieve high availability? With one server, can you achieve high availability? No. Minimum, how many you should have? Minimum 2. If one goes, another will be there. Correct? You're getting it? So, and then if there is no monitoring, will you achieve high availability? If there is no failover, will you achieve high availability? No. This RMF should be there in order to get your high availability. Okay, now. Chitti, now. Listen this. First server went down. Any problem? Server 1 went down. Any problem to Akshay? Tell me, yes or no? No. Second server also went down. No. Third also went down. Right? Yes. So at this case, at this time, very important topic, you should implement it. So if all fails, you will be in panic mode. In your production servers, if all fails, it will be in panic mode. Next topic here is called wet cloth. What? What is that? Wet cloth. Take cotton cloth, put it in water and put it on head. Sorry, I was just pranking. It's not a topic. Don't write it down. Don't write. So guys, so generally when all server goes down, obviously you'll be in panic mode, right? If you don't want all the servers to go down, what is on top of it you have to implement? We already discussed this topic before. If you don't want all the servers to go down, what is the topic? What is the thing that you can set up on top of it? Round robin also all the servers are down. What is it elastic auto scaling or scalability? You can set up. Auto scaling you can set up, correct? So auto scaling, number of servers will be increased, number of servers will be decreased. Will there be any chance to go down? No. So on top of it, what we can implement today? Auto scaling. On top of it, we can implement auto scaling. If you have auto scaling, will there any be chance that all servers will go down? No way, because guys, I'll be teaching auto scaling in separate class. Don't worry, but I'm just giving you. We have something called auto scaling group. We call it as ASG. Auto scaling group meaning ASG. In auto scaling group, we'll put something called minimum and maximum. Guys, I'll put maximum as 10, example, minimum as 2. Minimum as 2. Tell me, if I set up minimum 2 and maximum 10, is it possible to go all these machines below 2? That meaning at any point of time, how many servers will be running? In between 2 and 10. Minimum to minimum, 2. Will there be any downtime? If you want to achieve zero downtime, how do you achieve zero downtime? Using auto scaling. Using auto scaling. If you want to achieve zero downtime, how do you achieve it? Using auto scaling. Concentrate. Got it? So if you want to achieve zero downtime, what is a zero downtime called? You can achieve it using auto scaling. And if you're achieving zero downtime, we have a separate word for this that is called fault tolerance. What is that? Fault tolerance. Fault tolerance is nothing but zero downtime. Not RAM, number of servers. Here we are implementing auto scaling, not scalability. Apurva. Chitti, is this clear till here, everyone? Sir. Question. Screen size is the thing. Okay. So fault tolerance. What is fault tolerance? If you are achieving zero downtime, that is called fault tolerance. Is this clear till here, everyone? Yes, Hemant, correct. Everyone, CC? Let me ask you questions. Guys, fatafat, tell me. If you want to achieve high availability, what are the 3 things that you should have it? RMF, redundancy monitoring and failover. What is redundancy? Keeping the same application on multiple servers is called redundancy. Who is doing the monitoring? How does the load balancer doing the monitoring? Using health checks. Fantastic. What is the success status code that servers are giving back? 200. What is failover? If one server goes down, other servers is picking up. That is called failover. So how do you achieve zero downtime? Using auto scaling. If you're achieving zero downtime, what is that called? Fault tolerance. Okay. Should we play one small game? What I do is, we have learned about load balancing. What is load balancing? Which distribute the traffic to all servers. We have talked about it. We have talked about auto scaling. We have talked about failover, all these things. Chitti, I'll show you a few diagrams now. I'll show you a few diagrams. You should tell me what topic is that. And also, I'll show you a few diagrams. You should tell me the diagram is highly available or not. That architecture is highly available or not. Okay. So if you want to see that is highly available or not, what is the 3 things that you should look at? RMF, you should look at. Okay, now ready? Let's see. So I have downloaded it. Did it see that diagram and tell me what is that concept? See from left to right. Huh? What is that concept called? All clients are connecting to what? Load balancer. And load balancer, you are distributing the servers. Can we say that is called load balancing? Yes or no? That's load balancing? Fantastic. And what is this? Failover. Fantastic. Okay, now Chiti, tell me, see this diagram. See this diagram. You cannot see. You're able to see? See this diagram. Come from left to right and tell me, is it highly available or not? Is it highly available or not? Don't see all the diagram like how you are seeing 3-4 heroines at the same time. See from left to right. Is it highly available or not? Answer is yes, because it is going to the load balance. If first load balancer goes down, it is going to the second one. And you have a health checks in between. Yes, you have a health checks in between. That is very good. Okay, now see this diagram and tell me how many load balancers are there, how many application servers are there, and how many DB servers are there. Put it in single line. Tell me. See, Chitti, how many are there? How many load balancers? How many? 4 load balancers. Very good. How many load balancers? 4 are there. How many application servers? How many DB servers? Total, how many servers? 8. Now see, guys, all of a sudden, LB1 is down. Load balancer 1 is down. Any impact to the customer? Wow. App 1 is down. Any impact to the customer? Yes or no? No. Now, LB1 is down, app 2 is down, LB3 is down, DB2 is down. Any impact? No. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Why? Because of the high availability. Correct? If one server is there, if one service goes down, you have the another server. Guys, out of 8 servers, half of your infrastructure is gone. But still, the customer is not impacted. This is because of high availability. So when you are setting up any infrastructure, when you're setting up or any architecture in AWS, you have to keep this in mind, this high availability. Without high availability, you cannot design any application. As an AWS engineers, as an cloud engineers, you should set up the architecture such a way that if half of the infrastructure goes down also, your customer should not get impacted. That is why you need to implement RMF. Everyone clear, guys? Now, whenever you see that yellow color, what does it represent? Haldiya. AWS. AWS is in orange color only, this color only. You see that AWS, most of the things represents this AWS, this color. So guys, congratulations. You are seeing AWS architecture here. But to talk about this architecture, we need to start learning AWS from now. So from tomorrow, we will be entering into the actual AWS topics. So till now, I made you comfortable and I made you clearly all the steps, step by step. What are the things from now onwards? What from tomorrow onwards, we'll be talking this AWS concepts, purely AWS. All the basics are done now and you are good at basics now. And from tomorrow, we'll be jumping into the AWS classes. And tomorrow we'll talk about it, few technical stuff, and then I'll come back to it and you will say, is it this architecture is highly available or not? Okay. Any questions? Is it clear, everyone, till here? Don't worry about the diagram. We'll see that. Tomorrow, same time. Yes. Tomorrow will be same time. New people, those who are joined, Manoj, can you please, guys, don't leave the class yet. Don't leave the class yet until we say final CC. I'll ask Manoj to share you the old recordings. Okay, I think Manoj has already shared. Guys, can you please copy those recordings and also please complete all your formalities. Manoj, can you share the details also? People are asking. Meanwhile, please ask questions. In the previous one, why load balancer is down? Isn't the role of load balancer to check application status or isn't application down instead of load balancer? Correct. Correct. Those who are asking that question, who is that? Shushant, that is rightly correct. So that is right. That is right. What you said. Load balancer will never go down. But here is a load balancer that is set up by us. But in AWS, load balancer is a service. It will not go down anytime. So no issues. But we'll go into the topics. What is cluster? Don't worry about it. I haven't talked about cluster at all, Tirumala. So don't worry about cluster. We have still time. Please share the details. Okay, those who are paid, don't worry. Automatically you get information from admin. So yes, you can have multiple load balancers. Sumit, yes. Correct, Sumit. Varli, we'll see that in coming classes. Okay. Unable to copy links. Click on it, no? Click on the links or take the screenshots. Manoj, you're asking something? Please share the details. Okay. So guys, please complete all your formalities. I think most of the people might have already done. Those who have not completed your formalities, please get in. We are jumping into the topics. Please don't miss the class. Okay. Can you give the final CC for today? And please don't miss class tomorrow because tomorrow we'll be entering into the AWS. Yes, we are going to have so many hands-on. Yes, Preetham. Yes, of course. Yes.